It's what? Hello YouTube. Do you know what time it is? Does anybody know what time it is? Excuse me, Doc, do you know what time it is? Thank you, Doc. She was wearing a watch. Hello YouTube, welcome to another video, and it's about time for this. It's been over a year now. You've probably guessed by the title anyway. We're going carp fishing on a local park lake, and I've moved out, as some of you may know, a few months ago, and I've moved right next to the lake I went carp fishing on. Literally taken me 40 seconds to get here. So today I'm going to show you around the lake, introduce you to it a bit more than anything. It's a bit of a tricky lake really to get the fish to pick up a bait. I'll explain why and a bit of the history behind this lake. Pop up a few catch pictures, show you what carp are in here, show you how I approach it. But today, as you'll have probably seen from the title, the only bait I'm going to be using is massive chunks of cheese. I mean huge chunks of cheese. My approach to this lake, by the way, is going to be all visual. I've got my Polaroids on. I'm going to walk round and round and round for ages until I see a fish. Generally, I won't put a rig in the water at all until I see a fish, so I can spend more time looking for the fish than actually with a rig in the water. If I'm convinced I can't find any after a few laps, I usually find a spot, put a rig on it, put it on alarm, sit and wait. And then every now and then I'll do a quick lap again, just looking. So yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So, this is the lake behind me. I will show you around better. The reason I'm setting up here is it's quite high up, so I've got a vantage point over the lake, and I can look for fish while I'm setting up. I saw 2 or 3 out towards the middle, which I'm not really looking at because I've got no solid bags, no weed rigs, nothing like that. But I've seen a couple just down here. So I'm going to set up here. I might still go and do a quick lap, but there are a couple of clear spots I know they feed from. I haven't fished here for over a year, so everything I'm thinking now is how I left it a year ago, and I'm hoping it's still the same. So I'm going to get set up quickly now while I can actually see fish. So I've got my hooking mat, very little stuff with me. I'm only bringing one rod because I do, like I say, plan on moving around if needs be. But with these fish just being down here, I might just drop my rig in. You've actually gone out towards the middle now, so I've got a few minutes to get set up. I'll quickly show you the rig, although it's not worth showing you if I'm honest with you. It's so simple. Right, so while I'm setting up, I'll tell you, about 7 years ago when oh, sorry about that. Let me get you level again. About 7 years ago when I started fishing, I came down here with a little float rod, hoping to catch one of these carp I could see swimming around. I got diagnosed with PTSD, so it looked like a nice relaxing thing to do. Weeks, I'd got this little float rod with a maggot, single maggot, dangling this maggot, never got near a fish for weeks and weeks and weeks. Never saw anybody catch a fish. There's another one just down here, just surfaced. Right, people were going past, sorry. And then one day, one of the local anglers gave me a couple of his really old carp rods. Nothing special, really cheap. And a couple of old alarms. So I carried on fishing for the carp. This time I switched to a feeder, no chance. And then a friend of mine from Manchester, I mean this is known as quite a hard lake for a lot of people. You can fish here, somebody fished here 3 years and never caught a single fish. A friend came down from Manchester and he'd got a massive chunk of cheese. He put it on, cast it randomly right across the lake. First time here, within an hour you got a fish. So that opened my eyes to fishing with huge chunks of cheese. So I started fishing with chunks of cheese, and once I'd learnt a bit more about this fishcraft and I was looking for the spots and watching the fish and where they did and didn't seem to go, I started catching fish regularly until I'd caught all of what I know is the originals that were in the lake. Some of them, and I only fished single chunks, very rarely put anything else in, any freebies. Some of them had 5 or 6 times. The target fish was a koi. I caught that after a year, but that's a different story I'll tell you about. Right, brand new this as well, second hand but new, so just gotta get everything how I think it should be. Not fished for over a year, like I say, so I'm going to be that clumsy, that forgetful. I know I am. Oh, what am I doing? See you doing it already. Right. Where was I? Yeah. The koi is a different story. Now, this lake's had a sinkhole open up about 3-4 years ago. I'll pop a picture up of what happened to that. Virtually emptied the lake. The council and the coal board who were responsible thought there'd been a lot of fish losses, but hadn't, so they compensated the lake by putting a lot of small carp in, about this big, 3 or 4 pound. That was towards the back end of my fishing here, and I did get plagued with the things, couldn't get near a decent sized fish. And also, if I fished with bread, being a park lake, bread's brilliant. The little fish would just come in and play with it until they sucked it off the hair. So it made it a bit of a nightmare. Now, all I'm fishing with today, like I say, I've got one rod, I've got a leader, I've got a gripper lead set to drop off. Only reason I'm using a gripper lead is just because it looks a bit different. They've seen loads of square pairs and loads of bombs in here. A little bit tubing. That's only to stop because sometimes I reel in, and this is not doubled over, it's over only one bit, ready to come off. About 8 inches hook length, knotless knot, size 10, quarter wide gape, barbless, massive chunk of cheese. Got no bait stops. I've used a bit of wood out in my back garden, which isn't uncommon. And what I'm aiming to do really, so what I'm aiming to do really is find a little bit of a patrol route where the carp are or where they're mooching around. Just put a rig on it so I can see. I want to see me bait. I love seeing it in here. There's so many fish I've caught. I've watched them approach, pick it up and try and dart off with it. So yeah, dead simple. This is my bait and tackle I brought with me, by the way, for a session on this lake. Cheese, baiting needle. I have got a homemade back lead, the swans that swim over your line, so that's useful. And in case I do decide to put any free offerings out, I've got some PVA tape so I can make a bit of a stringer. But that's it. Obviously I've got my rod, reel, alarm, bank sticks, mat, net, fag lighter for fags. Now I've got swans just down here, so I'm going to try and get rid of them. It's just starting rain now. The water does seem to be quite coloured compared to usual. It's quite weedy in places further out. Like I say, I want to avoid fishing further out. I want to be on a clear spot I can see. So yeah, I'll go get rid of the swans and then we'll see exactly where the rig's going to go. And obviously I'm going to wave my net at them. quite weed free. It's end of April, so this weed hasn't really got going at all yet. It's raining a bit heavier now, so I'm going to try and get a rod out before the rain's so heavy I can't see really good bleach spots. I am going to stay this side without doing a lap, which is unusual for me, just because I've already seen them up and down here. There's a couple of spots that I've had success on that I've stuck to over the years when I did fish here, so it would be silly to change when I know they're already there. After loads of faffing about, I've gone down to the next tree down, put it out. I've had a fish there a couple of times before. Sorry about the faffing about, it's been a while, like I say. I've got the world's worst bite alarm where the backfish come loose and you have to take the back off, fiddle around with them. I've just put a back lead straight down for my tip. Right, I've got a complete right angle on my line, which I know some people are going to say that's terrible, but you also get the visual as the rod tip swings around. I'm just going to keep my eye here. Like I said, there were fish up and down when I got here. I'll give it half an hour, see if they come back. Have a look for the reaction, because I can see the bait. If there's no reaction, after a couple of passes, I'll move. If they don't come back within half an hour, I'll move. In the meantime, I'm going to find somewhere sneaky, go for a peel, I don't know. And then I'll sit you down and tell you a bit more about this lake. Just had a look at my spot and there's nothing anywhere near it yet, so I thought now I'd give you a quick look at this lake. So here is the island. Beyond the island at the corner is a boathouse. Here where the edge of the lake is missing is where the big sinkhole happened. A few years before that there was one over there. Not as catastrophic though, lowered the water level by about a foot. So it gets really popular fishing around the island, although I don't rate it as much. I see the fish there a lot, but getting them to feed there is a different story. Seems to be like a safe haven for them. So moving down the lake, I'll give you a view of the full length of the lake. And this is known as the bandstand end because just through those trees is the bandstand. So you got the bandstand end, the boathouse end, and this edge here is where you get most of the footfall. And you get little feeding spots like here, people feed ducks, you feed them all the way along. In that corner next to the bandstand at the boathouse, you walk down the footpath, they feed them there as well, so at night you'll see them there. Now when I started fishing here and catching, I was fishing from where I am now but casting right over to that side of the lake, about that far away from the edge, really close, till I started going round there. And it seemed to be a nice patrol route this enjoyed. Now just looking over here, you can't see, oh you can there, my fingertip if I move it. There's a fish there just mooching across straight down the centre of the lake. I'll see what the zoom's like on this phone because I am filming on a phone. So you're looking still there. Come on, focus. Can't miss it now, it's right on the surface. Now I've got my rig. Oh, the swans. Right, that swan's heading for my base. even though I've seen fish up and down here, I don't like being this stacky. I still feel like I should have done a lap, because for all I know there could be 3 or 4 over there stuck on one spot. I've only got 2 hours from when I arrived here to fish today, so I'm hoping for 1 bite, that's it. Like I say, you can fish here for weeks. Some people, one guy 3 years before he caught a fish in here. And it wasn't until he found out I was fishing with cheese, he stuck a junk on, caught a fish. Came fishing 2 or 3 times after, didn't catch on cheese, so decided cheese doesn't work anymore, which was insane. I think he was looking for the magic bait that works every time a fish goes past it. The rod tip is actually a bit high and over the water than I'd normally have. When I fish that side, I have my rod running along the edge. Here, I need to move it back a bit really. But there's also in here, there's quite a few tench and crucian. So when I have fished here with pallets, PK bags, sticks, tended to get tench and crucian playing about with the rig. They seem to be centred a bit more down this side over the shoulder. The majority are out towards the middle. I'm going to take you for a quick walk just down to where my rig is, so I'll just flip you around quickly. So I'm on the move. Timed it well as well, because the swans have decided to come have a nose. So they're still over that side. Sorry if this is wobbly. I don't know if this is recording in 4K, and if it is, it'll be wobbly. But this little corner down here, I've come down at night with a torch, no rods, just to have a look where they're going at night. And every fish in the lake was down here. But this is pitch dark at night. The other side, as you can see, has got, if you follow my rod tip, street lights here and there, there. They stay on till after it's dark. Sometimes they stay on all night, so you can actually see the fish when they're over there. But this corner, am I zoomed in again? Yep. This corner down here gets no light and it's completely pitch black. Also, these willow trees, caterpillars love them apparently, so I should imagine they can get the caterpillars off that have fallen off. And this is the outlet just here. And this little outlet runs under the footpath. And just over here, you probably can't see, it's a little pond. When they had the sinkhole opened, that's what they did with the fish. They stuck them in there with an aerator in it. So you can see now we've got the island, boathouse. Always worth looking under this scum that floats down as well. There's one there. There's one right there. Not following my own advice. Just gone barging in. Disturbed one. See if it comes back out or not. I can see a smaller one just further out. I'm going to put my rod down on the floor right here so I can have a look without carrying everything. So just under here, a disturbed one. The swans are coming over because this is sort of one of the little feeding areas where people come from the park and the bandstand, which is here, and they head down here. The first place you come across, you throw the bread in. So I'm going to move a bit so these swans will hopefully follow me. The black patch there is a coot's big nest he built out of twigs, and it breaks the surface when the level's a bit low. But we've had quite a lot of rain, which is why it's so coloured, but this margin, it's got clear patches dotted down it. It's absolutely brilliant at times. These swans up to... Usually I'd follow a carp, I'd run down, I'd put my rig in front of it, get out the way. Yeah, you see that swan was going to go into that mess then, and he saw it and had second thoughts. Just hope it doesn't see that cheese and try and get out. So you saw me place my rig in the water. There was 5, maybe 6 of the originals, to about £20, maybe 20. In that area I placed my rig and didn't spook them in the slightest. Until that swan got involved, they got their heads down, just licking along the bottom. So it's definitely well worth waiting in for. The check was not about, and they're going to put the back leg back on and pin that line down. Moving around that area. I think they're back out in the middle now, but hopefully they'll come back. There's a couple of smaller ones. I have nibbled the cheese down a little bit, not to change its size, just its shape. So yeah, let's see if there's nothing there now. I'll put the back leg on and I'll set it out here.
my sea fish doesn't want to come in, does it? That's it. Marvellous. And get it out. I'm going to take your mat on that stuff over there. Do you reckon you'll be able to do it? Do you want to set it up? Do you want to? I'll get this out.
Probably videoing at the moment. Is he videoing still, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll just get over here. Like I say, I won't wait because it is one of the smaller ones, but made my day after a year. You know, I've been here,
Yeah,
not coming. I've only been here hour at tops, 45 minutes.
Yeah, well done. Do you want me to stop the filming then?
Yeah, if you just press the So how lucky was that? I saw my rod tip twitch and I thought that's a line or something. There's a fish close, it swam through. Because I was sitting kneeling on the edge messing around and no noise come out the alarm because it's just a crap alarm and the batteries, so I was trying to get the battery in properly. Saw the rod tip bent round, but at that point it was by the camera, so flicked it on. And you've been able to witness my ultimate fumbling, but it's been a year. So you can't excuse me, new rod, new reel. Like I say, out here, I was trying to avoid the fish getting into that. That's a big stack, about 4.5 foot tall of twigs and branches. I can't really tell what's under here. There is a bike, I think, just here somewhere. There was one ago. And there's bits debris dotted up the side, so I wasn't a flap. Reeling into the clutch wide open, and I'm reeling, thinking it's off, and it wasn't, so completely amateur. Now normally I'd go home now, one fish, I'm happy. Because I've had it from down this corner, I am considering, I've only spooked a bit of the lake. Because how I found this in the past, you catch one fish, you spook a lot of the fish, and then you've got no hope. But to catch one, I mean, the guy over my shoulder here, I know he won't have had one, and I'm not being disrespectful to him, but I know he won't. So I am tempted to go back to where I started over the other side. 20 minutes over there. Same again, big chunk of cheese. That was one of the new fish, by the way, I could tell that. I've never seen it before. So that's probably why I just had it straight away for no message. I don't know what it is about cheese. And it's not expensive cheese, that's the cheapest cheese, £1.39 for a block. It's not particularly smelly, it's mild cheddar cheese, sometimes used mature. I don't go for anything smelly. I have tried in the past with blue cheeses and cheeses with bloody fruit in it and all sorts of mad stuff, sweated some cheese. But just bog standard cheap cheese, Asda cheese. I've had a load of fish on Asda cheese, just Asda's smart price mature and mild cheddar. So yeah, Park Lake fishing on this lake. I will do some more videos here. I'm going to go on there now. I don't know if I'm going to film. I'll have a look. I might take you around. If I don't see anything obvious, I won't bother. So, in fact, I'll do my outro now. If you do want to see more carp fishing videos on Park Lakes, free to fish waters, disused golf courses, I'll be coming back and I'll go into a bit more detail about the regular use of cheese and the regular use of bread, which will catch the originals in here because they're eating bread constantly. They're getting loads of freebies, whereas cheese, you don't get anything free. I make a specific rig for the bottom bait, for the bottom, bread rigs fishing on the bottom, which means you can reel in, recast for hours and your bread doesn't come off. You can decide whether it pops up, sinks to the bottom, without making any changes to the rig or the bread. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I will be doing some cycling videos where I get on the canal and I go canal carping on my bike. So same again, pocket full of tackle and bait, dead lightweight. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't mind if you go in the comments and take the mick out how poorly I played that fish. Then everything had gone out of my head. All I knew was there was these snags and it was like so I started getting a grip. But it was lively little fish as well, that, and being barbless, and how it kept rolling and surfacing got me in a flap, I'll admit that. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, enjoy your fishing, and I'll see you in another video.